Alright guys, today I am going to clean these up. Channellocks gotten cheap. If you look real closely, it says Channellock 430 and then a number after the 430 or lettering. They don't even engrave them anymore. It's a stamp. It's like a marker stamp. It's definitely not engraved. And I can't tell. It doesn't feel engraved, that's for sure. But anyways, I'm gonna clean both of these up. One thing, it's got something sticky on it, and I cannot. It's like getting honey on your hands. I just can't stand that sticky. So clean these up real good. What I'm gonna do is, God, what the heck? Sorry, it's all over. I don't know what. Usually I clean the handles last, but I can't stand that. I'm using carburetor cleaner. Normally, I use carburetor cleaner and because it doesn't soften, it doesn't damage the handles, but I go back with lanolin when I'm done. The lanolin hand cleaner makes the plastic a little softer, kind of gives it a sheen. I don't know what is on these. I'm so used to keeping my tools clean that when I grab something and it's nasty, I stop. I can't work with it. Sorry. For those of you who can work with trashy tools, that's good for you. I can't do it. I was taught to take care of my stuff, so. And tools make you money or save you money, so. There we go. I don't, no idea what this stuff is, but God. I wonder if I should cut this part of it off right here. It's damaged. Damaged. I'm gonna do it. I wish Channellock would sell their coating. And now, before someone says dip it, that's not the same. And that stuff sucks. That stuff's so expensive for what you get. Yeah, it's Channellock. There's a date code right there. I don't know how to tell date code. I have yet found anybody that can tell me. But anyways, wire wheel. They're not bad, but after you clean them and wire wheel them, especially if you blue them and then oil them, man, it makes them really smooth. This one, you have to. You can see the dirt fall. You have to really work at it. So let's go to the wire wheel, see what we can do. Alright guys, now what I'm going to do, the grooves The wire wheel doesn't do a real good job in there, so I'm gonna use this fiber wheel, and it's 200 grit, I think, and just clean it up. That's it. I'm just going to use that, finish cleaning that grooves out real good. I'm going to go ahead and blue this and try to, down in here is the hardest part. I'll try to get as much of that as I can and then show you what I got. Alright, going to clean these with denatured alcohol because now I got a lot of it. Normally I use carburetor cleaner, but actually running low on carb cleaner. I forgot to buy some the other day, and that is a no-no. Trying to clean all the black off. These are hard to blue just because of little crevices and everything you got to deal with, which you can do it, it's just a little difficult. I mean, it's a tool. I could probably leave it the way it is and just call it good, but I can't. Since it's my tools and I'm going to wind up using this, I'm going to take it to work. Now I'll have two this size, and I'll have two bigger. I think the two others I've got are 24-inch. If you got to take some check valves out of a 1.5 or 2-inch water line or sewer line, you'll understand. For those of you that don't know, you don't have to have sewage in the ground. You can use pumps to pump up your sewage up and over your head and down into your sewer line somewhere. Our facilities back in the day rednecked it. Instead of cutting the concrete and putting a sewer line in, they thought, oh, we'll just put pumps in the hand washing sinks, and we'll pump it overhead and go about 30 feet and dump it in the sewer line. Well, I've been there 30 years plus, and we've spent more money replacing pumps and check valves and wasting time checking them that it would have been cheaper to put the sewer line in. But, you know, you can't tell people who think they're smarter than you. So, oh well, I do what they want. They're stupid, they're stupid. They sure make me look good though. Remember people, stupid people make you look good all day long. I'm using this bluing, this cold bluing. I like this stuff. I got birchwood. I like it too. It's just you got to rinse it. This you don't have to rinse. I just like using it. Use what you like, ladies and gentlemen. I use a paintbrush, a little artist brush. Look at that. Look how dark. I like the way this bluing takes on these Channellock metal. And these things slip so nice now that I got all the grud cleaned out of them. The only place I couldn't really clean the grud out is right in that little crevice right there. So I have to leave it. Nothing I can do about it. None of my Dremels will fit there. Oh yeah. I mean, this is just a cheap, easy way to help protect your tools. Cold bluing, some people don't like it. I mean, you could have left them with a wire wheel. You could have left them the way they are, and I'm sure they'd have been just fine. But you just have to make sure next time you use them around water or something, you really want to wipe them off quickly. Even with the cold bluing, you still need to keep your tools clean. For those of you guys that dunk your tools in a 5-gallon bucket and leave them around and let water get all in them and rusted, and man, I don't see how you guys can do that. Know a guy that's got a company van, shop truck. It's a van. It's got a lot of dents in it. No dents on the outside. The dents are from the inside out, where the tools and the equipment that's rolling around in back is put dents in the truck, and their dents are facing out now. It's funny. Yeah. Those of you that can be slobs, and I mean, I guess if you're using someone else's company tools, you don't matter, don't care, so I can't do it. All tools at work are mine. The company doesn't own any of the tools I have. Company does buy tools. Problem is, I work with guys that don't put things back, so you can't find it. When you need a tool, you can't find it. So it's easier for me just to get my own tools. Plus, I get ready to go, I'll take them with me. If I need tools at home, which anymore I don't, I have just as much or better tools at home than I do at work. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, tools for me either make me money or save me money, so I keep them around. Pretty simple. And this turning black is good. like I said, I like the way this metal turns. Turns good. He'll have some good color. And if you guys want to paint your tools, that's fine. The problem I have with painting them, except for pipe wrenches and a few others, the pipe, I don't like when you paint, use spray paint to paint your tools, and if you put it in a toolbox that has that liner in it, it has a tendency to stick to the liner, so when you grab it to pull it out, it's stuck to that liner material. I hate that. Man, that's turned out pretty good. That's black now. Thought it was more blue, but it's more black. Let me wipe this off. All right. Let it set for 60 seconds, then you take a dry towel, and you're supposed to wipe dry in one pass. It's very hard to do that though. Plus I'm going to fire up the air compressor to get down in the under the slip joint. Sure is hard to get to this part right there. Looks better than that old rusty thing it looked like when I first started, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fire up the air compressor. I can't get all the what's down in the grooves. That's the only problem. All right, be right back. Let me fire up the air compressor and get that clean, dried up and down in there. All right, now brass brush and steel wool. Shining up. This might be a lot of work for some people, but for a $44 tool and to clean it up and make it very usable, plus the facility I work at, your tools pretty much need to be cleaned. You can't work in the environment with, in some areas, I should say, some areas you can, but some areas, you know, it's sterilized areas, so everything has to be pretty clean. I know some of you probably don't understand that, but if you've never worked in a sterile environment, it's something to try one day. some places, depending on what you're doing, they have to come back and decontaminate the room, and they literally will scrub the walls. The only thing they usually don't scrub is the ceiling. Normally don't have to do the ceiling, but let me finish this, then I'll come back with some oil. All right, guys. Now, I've got some old waste oil, and I'm just gonna coat it with waste oil. This oil came out of my pickup when I did oil change. Then I'm gonna set it outside. It's 90+ degrees outside, so let it set in the sun, let it bake, and then come back, and the acid in the oil makes it, I don't know, darken. You can look it up online. There's people that heat it up and think something to do with the expansion of the metal. It works, it makes it darker. Make a mess. But my wife says I'm a man. I guess I'm privileged to make messes. All right. Looks like I got it all. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I got a old black cookie sheet that I bought from Goodwill. I just set it on that cookie sheet and let the heat build up. Last summer I did a check with my thermometer. I think it was 121 reflecting heat. Actually, it got warmer than that, but that's what I tested. So, but anyways, come back and see what it looks like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these have been sitting out overnight. They turned out good. I like the bluing. One, helps protect. Two, just makes it, I like the look of it. Wiping all of the old waste oil that was on it. And these things turned out great. That's the only thing about using that oil, is that you got to come back and clean the residue off the oil, which is not bad. It's just you got to take your time and do it, though. You do have to take a little bit of time. That I wish I could get that button out of there, but it's more of a pop rivet now anymore than it is anything else. One thing about it, boy, they slip in place so easy now. That's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Handles are nice. Normally what I do is I clean them with carpet cleaner, and then I come back and put some lanolin hand cleaner on them. I don't know what this lanolin does, but it makes the plastic coating, makes it feel better. It gives it a sheen too. Trying to get this camera adjusted here, sorry. Here's the other pair. I didn't do much of these, except these I just wire wheeled pretty much. That's all I did. I didn't even bother bluing them. They're pretty much brand new. Hang on, let me wipe my hands off. All right, that's it. I got two nice pair of Channellocks now. Look at that. That came out of the $5 bin. I got it for $1 at the pawn shop. Tell me that don't look good. And all I did with that, I just wire wheeled. I didn't really, these are brand new as far as I could tell just by the looks of them. Somebody let them get wet and just left them. So they turned out nice. Now these are in excellent shape. If you look at the teeth, you can see there's no marring. It's almost like they never used them. So these are in really good shape. They are 460. You can barely see the writing still. So they did engrave it, but it is a light engraving now. I think these are like 40 bucks new. The handle's got a little damage on them, but for use-wise, I mean, look at that. They slide in so easily now. There's no rust. There was material packed in between the grooves, so that helps cleaning them out, letting them slide in position. And I don't remember what I got into these, but I've got less than $4 into these. Pretty sure. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing a couple of old junky, rusty tools. This really can't say it was junky, it was just light surface rust. These were rusted to a point where they were hard to slide in and out of the grooves. So yeah, keep a lookout for those old junk tools people discard or think are too rusty to bring back. I mean, there's really no damage on these. I'm very proud to own them, I think. I was going to take these to work, but I don't think I will. I need to see what I have in my other secondary toolbox. I can't remember. I said the other day I thought I was going to take these to work, but I think I have another pair in my secondary toolbox. If I do, I'm going to move some tools around. We have different buildings on our property, and sometimes I have to move my toolboxes from one building to another. But we got the handicap sidewalks that got the ramps, that got the bumps all over them. You can't really roll a toolbox across it, so I I have made a portable bag box. Let's just call it tool bag, a rolling tool bag, and I may need to swap tools. This may not go, that's another story. It may not go to work with me. Anyways, I got a good pair of pliers. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Give me thumbs up, thumbs down. I hope you like my bluing. I try to show you how to, you know, salvage some old tools and how I do it. Everybody has a different way of doing things. You can do things with a Dremel, with a wire wheel, you know, a grinder motor with wire wheel on it. You don't have to have all the fancy stuff I have, and most of what I do is cheap and redneck. It's not high end. My one polishing wheel, the good buffer I have is a Harbor Freight, and it does good job. Most of the time, you don't have to polish. I do it just to make my tools look good and clean. But something like this is simple. Bluing, it's easy. Cold bluing is real simple. If you keep your tools clean and wipe them down once in a while, you know, if you're working a lot, I do work around sewage pumps and pumps, but when I'm done at the end of the day or end of the job, all my tools get wiped down and cleaned so they don't stay wet. They don't stay trashy. I don't put my tools back in my bag or in my box dirty. That just doesn't happen. My tools make me money or save me money, and I am not about to trash my tools. Those of you idiots out there that love leaving your tools lying around, I'm glad you got that money to waste. I'd rather buy steak than buy new tools, especially when I can get them used. All right, guys, that's enough. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good day. Subscribe if you like, and give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me how I did. Y'all have a good day.